For Mandy's turn, it really is paining me not to go and take care of Tokyo. It's right there, but we had a plan of going to Cairo, and I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to spend our first action as a travel action. We're going to travel over here to space number 17. Then we're going to spend a ship ticket. So we're going to spend this ship ticket so that we can ship ourselves from there to Cairo. We have a clue there, and we have the first part of our adventure, so we can decide which one we want to encounter during the encounter phase. Our second action will be just to gain one of these focus tokens. We want something to help us reroll. Leo does have a clue, and we can maybe get rid of this gate over here as long as we can defeat this enemy, this ghoul. So I think I'm going to do one travel action and then a focus action as well so that we have a potential for rerolling. Finally, Trish is going to go ahead and move over here to Tunguska. Now, that is another adventure token, and how we know where that's placed is because of this adventure deck. See how that picture matches on the top? That denotes where we put that adventure token, and she can go on an expedition there. If she completes that, a lot of times you'll get artifacts or something really good. Sometimes you'll hurt yourself. But we're doing that because then we're on our way to get to this token that we can take out next turn, hopefully. Because remember, we have to take care of 2 of those. So I think our second action, because we get 2, I think actually we're going to retcon one thing. Before moving here, we're going to go ahead and try and acquire one of the assets. So our influence is 3. We'll get to roll 3 dice and look at how many successes we get. And then, depending upon how many successes we get, we can purchase something from the reserve. So unlike the other tests where we just need 1 success, this one we're looking for as many successes as we can get. As many as we can get. And we got 3 successes. Wow! With 3 total money, I think I'm going to get this psychoanalyst so that we can re-roll when resolving one of our will tests, especially because our will is only 2. And you guys, when we rest, we can heal an additional sanity. That's awesome. And then I think we're going to grab for our third one this police assistance, and we're going to use it to immediately defeat the ghoul that's sitting over here in San Francisco. I wish we could get rid of the Chthonian, but we can't because its health is too high. This denotes how much health or toughness that has. We can discard one with a toughness of 2 or less. So I'm going to put that back into the cup, and this card is discarded. Nice. Those 2 cards now have been replaced with a research student and an elder sign. Well, that worked out sincerely better than I was hoping. I was thinking I was going to have to take a debt, and I was maybe going to get white item. I rolled 3 successes. So Trish will come over here to Tunguska, and we'll have an expedition. Okay, everyone has done their action phase. Now we'll do the encounter phase, starting with Mandy, and then we will end with Norman resolving his lost in time and space. We're going to try and complete this adventure, so we need to do an influence test. Our influence is 3. We just need 1 success, and we've proven that he's innocent. Well, it doesn't even matter. I roll with the second or third one. Oh, another success. Awesome. We have shown the police that Eric Weiss was not at fault here, and we're going to have him help us to try and solve this mystery. Mandy will go ahead and gain Eric Weiss. This says roll 1 additional die when resolving a lore or an observation test, and you cannot become delayed or gain a detained condition unless you choose to. We also have our random museum heist 2 card. The port city of Alexandria, shining gem of the desert, is home to many of the antiquity's finest achievements. As luck would have it, Alexandria may be home to the thief as well. When this card enters play, place the adventure token on Alexandria. When this adventure is completed, the active investigator gains 1 relic, unique asset, then draws the Chase in the Desert adventure. After an investigator resolves a location encounter on Alexandria, the investigation leads to the discovery of the thief's hideout. Unfortunately, the thief manages to escape and flee into the desert, leaving behind some of his haul. Complete this adventure. So we now will have to go to Alexandria to complete part 2. To close this gate, Leo is going to have to resolve an otherworld adventure. Let's see what happens. This card has 2 parts to it. We're going to have to resolve this top part no matter what. And then if we succeed with the first part, we will then do this part here. If we fail, then we'll do this one. Let's see how we do. You find yourself surrounded by ghouls. However, they don't seem to be antagonistic toward you. In fact, you believe you could persuade them to help you. That is hilarious. Didn't we just take out a ghoul randomly? Yes, we did. Remember there was a ghoul there? I love this game. All right, so we're going to test our influence. Normally that's only 2, but don't forget we have our personal assistant. That personal assistant, which of course you can't see, there we go, we get +1 to our influence, so we're going to roll 3 dice and we can re-roll one of them. We'll be rolling 3 dice with a reroll for our influence test. And that is all a fail. Dang. We'll have a reroll. And I totally missed. And that is a 3. Jeez. Okay, we'll spend our focus. Come on. Come on. That's a 3. We'll spend our clue. I really need a success here. Really. There it is. Oh, that's a 5. Yes. Okay, we succeeded. The reason why I wanted to succeed, and you'll see why when we look at the second part of the card. Well, those ghouls took some convincing, including a focus and a clue, but the ghouls direct you into the Tower of Korth, in the city of the Gugs. As you ascend the tower stairs, an enormous Gug chases after you. The sound of the monstrosity rattles your nerves, so we're testing our will. Our will is normally 3, but with that treasure hunter that we found, it'll actually be 4, and we get a reroll with 4 dice. If you pass, close this gate. If you fail, hide, waiting for it to go away, we lose 1 sanity. So even the failure's not terrible, but I'm hoping we can close this gate here. 4 dice to take out a gate. And we did it. Almost didn't, but that's 6. We'll close the San Francisco gate. It's just nice to have those gates closed because it means less monsters on the board, which means less hindrances. Moving to Trish, she's now going to have a fun multi-part expedition. Tunguska. As you approach the crater described in Rasputin's notes, toxic fumes pour out of a fissure in the earth. You struggle to stay conscious and continue your descent. So we're testing our strength. We have a basic strength of 3. Oh yeah. She's totally strong enough to take that toxic fumes. You find the remains of the monk's camp. Gain 1 artifact. You then search the crater. We test our observation, which is 4 for her, -1. If you pass, you find traces of the comet. Ooh, gain 1 clue. If you fail, the shattered landscape is difficult to look at, lose 1 sanity. Wow, so we for sure get an artifact right now, and we could even get our 3rd clue. Okay, our artifact is pretty sweet. Sword of St. Jerome. Gain +2 will and +5 strength when resolving combat encounters. If you defeat a monster during a combat encounter, recover 1 sanity. Holy moly, that's amazing. 4 -1 is 3 dice. Looking for 1 success here. Sweet. Another success, our 3rd clue. Awesome. Okay, final is Norman. Before that, though, we're now going to move that adventure token over to the Himalayas. You see how that picture is someone in the cold? That is where the next expedition can take place, is at the Himalayas. I really like how this deck works, you guys. Every time you do it, you don't know where the next one's going to be, and there's different locations. It's cool. We have replaced by another. In the space between worlds, you encounter a being that can change its shape. The creature seems fascinated with you and asks you countless questions. We need to test our influence, which is 1, -1, so we're going to roll 1. If you pass, place your investigator token on a space of your choice. If you fail, spawn 1 gate and spawn the doppelganger epic monster on that space, then place your investigator token on a random space. Then discard this card. Oh, come on. This is wonderful. Well, we have no rerolls. Let's see what we get. Oh, a 6! Awesome. What would you guys say if we put ourselves over in Alexandria, right where there's a clue and we could potentially resolve the museum heist, which would be kind of cool. Finally, though, our next mythos card. Well, you guys, we have our first rumor. But before we do that, we do get to place out 2 new clues. So we'll have a clue in, Sydney. And our other clue will be in space 14. Okay. Then we're going to place 4. So it looks like this a specific rumor card is going to have a countdown of 4. So we're going to be placing 4 eldritch tokens on this. The strange phenomenon is an echo of the catastrophic destruction of Mu. The repercussions of the serpent people's overreaching ambition still take their toll. We have fractured reality. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 2 may use an ancient portal created by a long-dead wizard of Mu. He resolves an otherworld encounter. If this effect allows him to close this gate, solve this rumor instead. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, advance Doom by 1 for each gate on the game board, then resolve this rumor. And every time this reckoning symbol comes up on one of the mythos cards, which ironically we haven't seen, we've only seen 2 mythos cards, but that probably means you're going to see a lot of it coming soon, we'll remove one of the Eldritch tokens. So I'm going to have 4 here. This is definitely one of the easier rumors. I think that's what this frost means. I'm totally okay that we're having a not as bad rumor. Some of these, you guys, are terrible. One of the ones I played last time, every time that reckoning came out, we had to lose 1 additional sanity because you put a sanity on there and then you'd put another one on there every time that reckoning went out. I lost all of my investigators by the 3rd round because they all had to lose 3 sanity. So yeah, it can be bad. Space 2 is way over here on the left side of North America. You can see this blue exclamation point that denotes where we're having this rumor. It's actually right next to where Leo is. So he could take care of that, or, man, so many options for him over there, and he's the only one over there. That will end round 2. I'm having a blast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll go ahead and jump into round 3. It looks like we're going to do some more clue gathering. I don't know if I haven't decided if Leo's going to go for the clue over there or if he's going to go and try and take care of the rumor right away. I don't know. Let's jump in and find out. Starting with Mandy, I think we're going to go ahead and try and read the cryptic text. We take an action. You attempt to decipher that by doing a lore check. Our lore is 3, so let's roll 3 dice. I almost forgot we do have Eric with us, so actually we get to roll 4 dice. Awesome. Looking for 1 success on 4 dice. Look at that. I see a 5, 2 5s. We're good. You notice a message scrawled in the book's margin. To my beloved Bess. Answer, tell, pray, and answer. Look, tell, answer, and answer, tell. Love, Harry. Resolve 1 effect of your choice. Recover 1 sanity or discard 1 madness condition, then flip this card. Or you or another investigator on any space may discard 1 condition, then discard this card. Oh, well, right now no one has a condition. Okay, so I'm going to just do recover 1 sanity. So we'll have 6 sanity out of our 7. And I think with that, our second action will be just doing our regular action on our card. We're going to look at 2 clues and spawn 1 of them. 1 goes into the bent pyramid. Ooh. That would also be on the Egypt board, or 20. I think I'm going to do spot 20 this time, just because it's easier to get to. Leo's going to spend his first action obtaining a ship ticket. And then his second action is going to be to go up and get that clue. Because I feel like we have not moved anywhere towards our mystery, and that's how we're going to do it. We're going to get that clue, then we're going to go and deal with that Eldritch token and delve deeper into those caves, and then hopefully get ourselves over to that rumor shortly after. Trish is set up pretty well, you guys. What she's going to do is move right over here. She has 3 clues, so she'll be able to encounter that Eldritch token, and then she's going to get her second focus token. So she has 2 of those now. Awesome. Norman wants to stay where he is, so he's going to do his Feed the Mind spell. He's testing his lore. His lore is 4 now, remember, because we improved it. So it's been improved, but we're doing the Feed the Mind, which subtracts 1 from his lore, so we're rolling 3 dice. We're hoping to get 2 successes. That's not really that likely. Well, that die rolled off the table. Okay, 2 successes. That'll work. So either Norman or someone else on his space, which right now it's just Norman, gets to improve one of their skills. And because we got 2 successes, your previous training suddenly becomes clear to you. No additional effect. Nice. What skill to improve? This is always hard. We could continue with our lore to make Feed the Mind even better. We could do influence, so at least we're rolling 2 dice. I think I'm going to do lore 1 more time, because then we can continue doing feed the mind and we could start bumping up all of our other ones. And if I can get them on the same space, I can actually help other people with that too. Our second action, since we don't want to move, is just going to be to gain a focus token as well. We've all done our actions. Going into the encounter phase, we'll have Mandy encounter a research card. A courier arrives with a letter for you from the Miskatonic University. It claims that they have distilled a potion from the remains of one of the abominations that will help you combat the growing threat. You may move to Arkham and become delayed to gain this clue and improve your will. Well, her will is 2, so improving her will is awesome. And gaining the clue means she's actually going to gain 2 clues because of her ability. That's amazing. And yeah, being delayed, that just means we won't do anything for our actions next round. Not the end of the world, let's do it. 2 clues is almost always worth it, and that's because of her ability that states, after resolving a research encounter, which is what this is, if you gained exactly 1 clue, gain an additional. How to show that you're delayed? You simply lay yourself on your side. Now, you know you're not dead because you'll also leave dead investigators like that. But when investigators are killed, if they're killed through physical damage, you put a physical damage token on them. Or if it's through sanity, a sanity token. So if there's no token, that just means they're delayed. So next action round, all we're going to do is stand back up. Leo now will also resolve a research encounter trying to gain that clue. Old tunnels have been discovered beneath the city after a missing persons investigation. Wow, you're just trying to find the missing girl? Leo must really care about people. You venture into the dark to see what you can find. Our observation is 3, plus our treasure hunter is 4, minus 1, we go back to 3. If you pass, you find piles of odds and ends covered in gray ooze. Gain this clue and run random item asset from the deck. If you fail, you're hurt when one of the tunnels collapses. Gain 1 injury condition. 3 dice with a reroll thanks to the treasure hunter. Boom. 2 successes right there. We gain a clue and an item. Well, the item we found, the arcane manuscript, isn't that great for us. Gain +1 lore when resolving spell effects. Leo is probably like, a spell? Spells are even real? Yeah, maybe if we can somehow meet up with Norman, we can give that to him. Moving to Trish. Trish is in a space with an eldritch token. So what we can do is, as an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an eldritch token may spend 1 clue to explore the caverns beneath the Earth's surface. And what we need to do is now resolve a deep caverns special encounter. And they have the backs that look like this, so that's how you know it's the deep caverns. An eerie calm hangs in the air as you enter a massive antechamber, where a dense fog drifts slowly toward you. As you become enveloped in the fog, you begin to feel your senses slip away from you. Resolve the pass effect to press on, or resolve the fail effect to retreat towards the surface. I don't know about you, but I am running. I am going back to the surface. Why am I even in this cavern in the first place? You try to retrace your steps. So we're trying to use our observation -1. Our observation is 4 though, so that's 3. That's not bad. If you pass, you find your way out and place this eldritch token on the active mystery. If you fail, you tumble into an unexpected crevice, lose 2 health, and gain an injury condition. We're rolling 3 dice. We do have 2 focus and 2 additional clues for extra rerolls. We don't even need it. That 5 is a success. That means we get to place this eldritch token on the mystery. We're halfway done with this mystery. Whew, good. Finally, we have Norman, and I think we're going to go ahead and try and resolve this museum heist too. So we're going to draw a regular Alexandria encounter card, and if we complete it, oops, this is upside down, then we have found the thief's hideout. An ancient man in the Recordes Quarter suffers from a wasting disease. He teaches you old magic. Gain 1 non-incantation spell. If you spend time with him, he will teach you more. You may gain 1 illness condition to improve your lore. Oh, I can't improve my lore anymore. I'm already at a 5. So that's silly. So I'm just going to gain 1 non-incantation spell. Oh, cool. Maybe this is why he's so sick. He taught us the poison mist. Test your lore +1, which actually would be 3, 4, 5. That'd be 6 for us. If you pass, discard monsters from your space with the total toughness equal to or less than the test results, then flip this card. Oh, that's cool. You can poison them out. Oh, that's awesome. And not only that, when this adventure is completed, we also will gain one relic unique asset, and then we'll move to the desert adventure. We found the cursed tablet. This is interesting. I'm assuming a magical relic is okay with the relics, and I don't think I mentioned this, but you see how it says unique asset? I actually have a totally different deck of unique assets that's different than the regular assets, so that's where I'm pulling from. When you gain this card from the deck, improve one skill of your choice. Oh, yeah, let's do our influence, because our influence is 1 that puts us at 2 or above for everything. So we're going to do our influence. Action. You invoke the tablet's power, but at what cost? Oh, do we flip the card? Do we not? I don't know. Part 3 of our adventure. Chase in the desert. Panicking, the thief flees into the desert. The harsh climate and dangerous fauna hinder your pursuit, but with any luck, they will hinder the thief as well. When this card enters play, place an adventure token on the Sahara Desert. When this adventure is completed, the active investigator gains 1 artifact. Then draw the Proof of Innocence adventure. Okay. After an investigator resolves a location encounter in the Sahara Desert, he may attempt to track the museum thief across the desert sands. That's our observation -1. If he passes, he catches the thief and reclaims the stolen exhibit. Complete this adventure. Oh, cool. Fortunately for us, the Sahara Desert is right next to Alexandria, so that's kind of nice. There's even a path to it. So we could, if we wanted, go there next round, maybe. I don't know. Okay, that's going to end our round, this round, and now we're going to draw a mythos card. So the 3 actions we're going to do at the beginning of the mythos phase is we're going to move the omen tracker, we're then going to have our first reckoning, and then we're going to spawn a gate. Moving the omen tracker to the red symbol, I think the only gate we have open is Tokyo, which is blue. So great, that doesn't do anything. But now the reckoning does do something. The reckoning is always done in a specific order. So first you do the monsters on the game board. There are no monsters on the game board with reckoning symbols, so we're okay there. Then we look at the Ancient One sheet. Abhoth's followers have been slumbering for the last 2 rounds, but this round they're going to wake up. The lead investigator spawns 1 cultist monster on a wilderness space that does not contain a cultist monster. Then if there are 6 or more on the game board, we advance Doom by 1. Don't have to worry about that. This is our first cultist monster. We're going to go ahead and spawn it in a location, in a wilderness location. Wilderness locations are green. So you can see there's one way up here north of Arkham. Let's go ahead and put the cultist there. I'm putting it a little bit out of the way, which is a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing if we get too many out there. But with only 1 there, I'm just not going to worry too much about it. Finally, we drew our new spawn gate, and it's in Cairo. And we're going to grab a random monster, and we have a deep one. Oh, and it has a reckoning symbol. So we will flip that over and read the backside when we see that reckoning symbol going forward. Okay, so I will put this in Cairo. Now for our event. Tide of Despair. Oh wait, let me read you the flavor text. A cold, bitter wind howls through the trees, and people everywhere cling to their fires and blankets. The chill has settled into your bones, and there's no warmth to be found. Each investigator loses 2 health and 2 sanity unless he discards a blessed condition. Yeah, no one's blessed. 2 health and 2 sanity? All things considered, that isn't terrible, actually. The 2 people that I'm worried about is Norman now only has 2 sanity left, and Mandy only has 1 health left, you guys. So I might have to spend some time doing resting. Everyone else has 3 or more of everything, so I'm actually not as worried as I thought I was. That will end this 3rd round. I'm feeling pretty good, you guys. I think next round, I'll be able to have Leo come over here, and as long as he can successfully get through those caverns, we will have completed the first mystery in a total of 4 rounds. That means if each one takes about 4 rounds, we'll have enough rounds to win the game, barring anything else. There are a total of 16 mythos cards, so that usually gives you about 16 rounds at the most. And yeah, I'll have a third of the way there already after the end of the next round. That's pretty good. I think with that, let's go ahead and jump to the next round. You guys, I was so worried about the reckoning effect on Aboth, I forgot about the reckoning effect on our mythos card. We just need to remove 1 of these eldritch tokens. And so now in 3 rounds, this rumor will go off and it's going to hurt us. We'll have to push Doom up by 1 for each gate out. Okay, so that catches us up from last round. Sorry about that. So now we're starting with Mandy, and Mandy was delayed, so all she's going to do is stand up for her turn. Now we'll move to Leo. Leo will go ahead and grab another ship ticket, and you'll see why in the next turn. And then his next action will be to just take this uncharted path to here, and hopefully we can resolve that next round. Trish, I think, is going to spend one action to move into Tokyo. She's going to try and close that gate. Her second action then will be to do a rest action. She'll gain 1 health and 1 sanity. That will put her at 6 health and 4 sanity. Norman has a potential of getting a clue where he is, so I think we're going to leave him there for one more round. Instead, he's going to do a much-needed rest action, so he gets 3 of his sanity instead of only 2. And then I think we're going to do Feed the Mind again, because we're going to roll 4 dice for that action, and if we can keep improving our skills, we're just going to keep getting stronger and stronger. 4 dice, looking for more than 1 success if possible. Oh, we didn't get a single success. Oh no. With 0 successes, the gateway to the mind is a 2-way portal, and your memories begin to scatter. Discard this card unless you gain an amnesia condition. I am staying away from conditions, so I guess we can't feed our mind anymore. Well, it was nice while it lasted. We'll move ourselves to the encounter phase. Mandy is in Arkham, so she will do the Arkham encounter. As Oliver Thomas is unwrapping a new acquisition for his Curacite shop, he spots a bit of wrapping on the wrapping paper. You attempt to decipher the strange runic figures. Lore -2. If you pass, gain 1 incantation spell. Ooh, lore -2 would only be 1 for her, but she has Eric Weiss, which gives her 2, so she gets to roll 2. Okay, 2 dice. Just give me 1 success. Come on. Nope. All right, we're going to spend a focus. I want an incantation spell. Come on. 5 or 6. And it's a 1. Do I spend a clue? Is it worth spending a clue? A clue will let me re-roll both dice because I have a magnifying glass. I have 2 clues, so I'm going to use one of my 2 clues to re-roll both dice. Come on. I really want... This incantation spell better be good if I get it. There it is. There's a 5. I am good to go. Let's grab an incantation spell. When resolving a combat encounter, you may test your lore. If you pass, gain +3 combat strength during that encounter. Whew, nice. Then flip this card. I really like that in Arkham Horror LCG. Leo's going to spend the 1 clue that he has so he can do the Deep Caverns encounter. After spending hours in the dark tunnels, you come to the realization that you are completely lost. That happens often. You pause at a fork in the passageway and listen intently. Resolve the pass effect to go toward the sound of running water, or resolve the fail effect to go toward a faint scuffling sound. I think I'm going to do the pass effect. You come across a swiftly flowing aquifer. It looks as if it slopes upward, and you suspect it leads to the surface. You try to swim, but the current is too strong, so we have to do our strength -1. If you pass, you press on until you reach the surface. Place this Eldritch token on the active mystery. If you fail, you nearly drown. Impair your strength. Okay, so our strength right now is 3. We are lucky that we are in a wilderness location, so that means our rolling dice is actually for 4. Then we're going to use hired muscle for a +1 for 5, -1 because of this, so we're rolling 4 dice, and we can re-roll twice because of the hired muscle and the treasure hunter. Yeah, this was perfect for him. 4 dice, just needing 1 success. And I see 2 successes. Perfect. So that means we're going to place the second Eldritch token onto the mystery, and at the end of the mythos phase, as long as it's there, we have solved part 1 of the mystery. Trish is going to go ahead and try and close that gate, so we're having an otherworld adventure. The book you are looking for is not in its proffered shelf. You search the surrounding area, but after long hours you've lost the will to keep searching. We're testing our will, which is only 2. We'll roll our dice, and we have a 1 and a 4. That's a fail. But that's actually okay, and you'll see why in a second. You cannot find the book, but perhaps you unknowingly already have the information you need. You may spend 1 clue to close this gate. If you do not spend the clue, you become delayed. Well, we have a clue. So I was actually hoping to fail that test just so I could use this clue, because otherwise I would have had to test our lore, which Trish's lore is 1. She believes in magic about as much as Leo does. That means, though, the Tokyo gate is closed. For Norman's encounter, we're going to go ahead and try and get that clue. He is in a city, so we'll read the city part of the research card. Unwashed and somewhat disheveled from the day's activity, the librarian mistakes you for someone else. She presents a rare book to you, telling you it took her weeks to find. We're doing our influence -2. Now, you guys, I forgot that we had improved our influence from before. So our influence is 2. But 2 minus 2 is 0, but you have to at least roll 1 die. So we're only at 1. If you pass, you thank her and decide it best to be on your way. Gain this clue and the Tchara artifact. Oh, but I only roll 1 die. Come on, 1 die. Oh, it's a 4. We've got a focus. Let's use it. So we'll use a focus to reroll. Come on, 5 or 6. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. No, it's a 3. Now I could use 1 sanity to reroll. Is it worth it? Of course it's worth it. It's always worth it. We're going to spend the sanity to reroll. By the way, it's not worth it, but I'm going to push my luck anyways. Yes! That'll work. It's a 6. Now, this is actually a pretty sweet card, and we're going to gain this clue. So maybe it was actually worth it. We can take an action and test our lore, which is 5, by the way. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity. Oh, I do have to... And his sanity is so low. We've got to work on that. Spend 1 sanity to choose 1 monster on your space to lose 3 health. It's not bad. He can take out a cultist. That's cool. We'll move to the mythos phase. So we've got the 3 things we're going to need to do, which is the omen track, and then the reckoning, and then spawn another gate. Well, you guys, it's not often this happens, but we have been 1 step ahead of the omen track, because I'm going to move this here to blue, which was just what Tokyo was. That was the only one that was blue out there, and we took care of it. Awesome. So no increase, or decrease, I should say, of doom, which is good. Now, though, we're going to do the reckoning. Before I forget, I know I'm supposed to do Abath first, but before I forget, we're taking our 2nd Eldritch token off of that rumor. We only have 2 more of those left before we have to increase doom by the amount of gates out on the board. I think what we'll do this time is we'll make this cultist a little easier to get to. We're going to put it right in the pyramids. We now have 2 cultists out, so we still don't have to worry about increasing doom. And now we'll spawn a gate. So here's our gate, and it's in the Himalayas. Okay, and the enemy that we're going to have is the elder thing. Okay, it's got a green symbol, which means it's probably going to spawn somewhere else. When this monster is spawned, move it to Antarctica. Okay, so that's going to be in Antarctica, and this gate is going to be in the Himalayas. Before your very eyes, the stars shift in the night sky. Constellations break apart and reform, shattering your previous predictions of the omens. Perplexing stars. Yeah. Move the omen counterclockwise by 1, and then advance doom by 1 for each gate on the game board that corresponds to the current omen. Oh, that's not terrible. Moving back 1, we'll move back to the red. The Himalayas is a red gate, so that means we're going to move doom up by 1. And in 4 rounds, that's our first doom hit. That's really not bad. I'm actually feeling pretty good here. At the end of the mythos phase, we see here that we have eldritch tokens equal to half of the investigators on here, so we've solved our first mystery. 1 down, 2 to go. Our next mystery is Spawn of Uncleanliness. Stupid, ravenous, and deadly, Avlos's malformed spawn roam every corner of the globe. Each foul new horror is more disgusting than the last and brings with it uncleanliness and disease. When this card enters play, each investigator spawns 1 cultist monster on the nearest wilderness space that does not contain a cultist monster. Oh, we're going to get 4 more on the board, plus the 2. That means we're going to have 6 on the board, you guys. At the end of the mythos... Whenever a cultist monster is defeated, the active investigator may spend 1 clue to place 1 eldritch token on this card. At the end of the mythos phase, if there are eldritch tokens on this card equal to the investigators, we solve that mystery. Oh, so we have to defeat 4 cultists, and we have to have clues that we can spend after we defeat them. Okay. Leo is currently on a wilderness space, so he spawned a cultist in his location. The one closest to Mandy is over here 2 spaces away. The one closest to Trish is 1 space away. You can see it up there. And then for Norman, we'll have to go to the small board. The closest one is over here in the Sahara Desert, probably hanging out with that thief we want to take care of. That's it for round 4. We have 1/3 of the game complete. Feeling pretty good. We'll see how these cultists do. They're going to be fun. I'm excited to show you that mechanic. That's new with Aboth as well, so I'm excited to show you that. Let's start that next round.